Okay, here we go. This is going to be a good 18-minute video. Don't want to talk too much in it, but I got to do a little talking. That's showing the new dugout they dug. Needed a lot more water for the farm and the bigger dugout, and the clay out of there used for the foundation for the two new barns. Hauled a lot of clay over there, and they had a big packer in here packing it. And then they had a lot of equipment break down, rental stuff broke down, and that part is enough for the new buildings. Okay, these 4 blue boxes and that 1 orange box, believe it or not, is the total kit for 2 barns, one 40 by 80 and the other 50 by 100. They're big. I wasn't around when they did all the block laying and putting all the steel framing up for the 2 barns, but there's a heck of a lot of blocks there. Big Lego project. Little fly through with the drone. I think I did one over top later on. There we go, over the top one now. And here's a fly through with the bigger barn. You can see the structure is way stronger. That's a big barn. I wasn't there when they put the ends on the small barn. You can see them in this picture though. There's an aerial view of the 2 barns looking down at them. I think that was probably about 120 feet up in the air right there. I guess I just like flying through here because this is about the third time we've gone through it now, third or fourth. Well, I wasn't here for this part. I was meant to be here. I left home about 6 a.m. in the morning. Told Jenny I was on my way. It's about a 15-minute drive, and when I got there, believe it or not, in 15 minutes it was over. The tractor and the come along their pull blocks they had and stuff just worked perfect. I pulled in there to get ready to work, and it was done. A few ground shots. You can see the smoke in the air made the kind of an orange tinge on the sunrise, and it was early. It was probably only 6:45 or something right there. It was pretty early in the morning yet. The big barn, quite an operation just putting the ends. It took them a better part of a day to do both ends. Same thing, 4 ropes, 4 pulley blocks pulling through. Okay, we're getting ready to do the fabric pull on the big barn now. There's Darren giving the go-ahead on the tractor. Start wheeling. About a quarter mile an hour is the top speed. Block and tackle running over the top of the building. Then it slowly pulls the white and red section up over the roof, just like the other building. This is pretty big. It's heavier material, stronger, and it's done in 2 sections that sew together in the middle. I was here for this one. They started at 8 o'clock. Had a few delays where we couldn't do anything because the wind was too high. That's a big piece of material to be floating around in the wind. And started out okay. We had a few gusts, kind of did some couple of oopses on us, but it was a good day. Good day. You can see that top layer pulling towards the building. That's the speed that the tractor's moving, and the ropes are all pulling through the block and tackles that they're tied to the other building anchors there. Pretty simple operation, but it does work very good. Of course, I'm not doing a whole lot there. Didn't do much all day. Didn't do any supervising, just open eyes and help when I could. Did some speed ramping here, and I'm not sure how it's going to turn out when it's all rendered and saved to YouTube. It's pretty jerky on the rough copy, but it always smooths out on YouTube. But didn't want to sit here watching this big fabric go up at slow speed, so I sped it up a bit, quite a bit actually. It was probably a good 3.5 hours for this part to get down, because just as we were right in there, you can see it's jumped up, and by the time we got it all stopped, got the tractor stopped in time, but the wind caught it, and that top of that red line is supposed to be at the top of the bricks. But the wind got it, and of course that's the lighter side now because it's past the center point, and we stopped it from going any further. It was kind of a panicky thing. That's what took a lot of time was come alonging that all back down on that side. But once we got that, it went smooth. Everybody was happy. You could see the stress level going down on everybody. Yeah, there's the end. And when you go up a little higher here with the drone, you'll see that half of the roof is on. And I think at that time we all went for a lunch break and come back out. I brought Roxy out with me. She was running the camera when I was busy. Not the drone camera, but the iPhone camera. And there's Dave, the tractor operator, coming over to look at the drone. He was quite interested in that. And I was moving my hand, showing him it flies by itself. If you let go, it'll just hover there. This is the second pull, and of course I did some speed ramping there to speed it up. And then the wind came. Everybody's running, trying to hold that loose flap down and pull it into the building. And the gust took off and it settled down. And there's the big main boss. Still got some strength in him, because when he started pulling on that, it had to slide back a bit because the wind caught it. It took off to the east. And enough people banging on it, the wind lifting it up a little bit. You can slide it along the steel frame easy enough, I guess. I backed off here. Thought things were going good. There was some kind of a snaffle going on there. I'm not sure what it was, because I was out with the drone at that time. Things were settled down. Nobody was too excited. Had lots of hands on deck. And there's the tractor just creeping along, and there's my beautiful wife Roxy walking up. She's going to capture some more video of it from the other side. There's Jenny. I don't know. I didn't have the speed ramp going then. I don't know why she was walking so fast. But we're getting ready to start pulling again, and I put the drone up in the air and I just put it in hover mode, and it's just sitting there. I left it there for about 5 minutes. Well, I went and checked things out and seen if I could help anywhere. Wasn't much help for me, but nobody told me he had lost, so I just walked around, make sure things weren't hanging up anywhere. There's no sharp metal that thing could rip and tear the fabric on, but you're watching for everything. I think right now it's starting to go back down. It's hard to see, like the tractor's pulling that far side down. And this time we were all going to watch and make sure we stopped it quick enough where that red line didn't go above the bricks. But guess what? Gust of wind come there, and then it jumped up about a foot near the end there. But a foot, you could get all the winches. That thing's all held down with winches, or pull blocks or snatch blocks or whatever you want to call them, come along things. And it wasn't high enough. You could pull it down, level everything out. I went back and got the drone by this time, and Roxy was filming from that side over there. landed the drone and the pull was done, everybody's stress level dropped right down to a normal level. I'm just walking around with a movie camera now. It was a very good day. Everything went, once that first pull was too far up and got it pulled down, everything went good. So I played around with the drone and did some flying around. And yes, there's a big gap in the middle. And you have to pull them two together. You use winches up there too. Strap the two. You run plastic pipes through there. You strap them together, rope it all. That's how you sew it together. It was done. There's the crew, part of the crew. And there's the tractor driver and the drone operator. There's the two main bosses. And now I'm just going to do a little bit of flying here. And notice that as that first barn sat there a couple of days, the wrinkles started coming out more, and apparently every 4 or 5 days you're supposed to give it a little, all the winches along the walls a little tight, and sun stretches it and stuff, and then it comes out. But they turned out pretty good. This here's what do they call it, a circle mode. You take the drone up there, find a focal point, and it'll slowly fly around it, and you determine how far away you are and stuff. So I put it up in the air the next day. This is actually the next day when they had it all sewed together. I put it up in the air and did a circle thing, and I did some more flying around, and I thought, glad I was here to help. Actually, I didn't do much, but sometimes an extra hand, even not doing much, can help out a lot. It's surprising you can see these things way back from the truck bypass road when you're driving out here now. And there's a full circle. The drone does that all by itself. It's called quick shots, and you set it to what you want and it just does it by itself. And then of course I had to do a couple of fly-throughs in here now that from the inside with it's all closed in. It's hard to believe those two big structures are in those 5 little boxes at the beginning of the video. Oh, there's 3 gorgeous looking chicks coming walking up. My wife, our good friend Terry from Costin, and Jennifer, my daughter. There's the bald-headed old pilot. I enjoyed making this, and it may interest a lot of the family. It might not interest other people, but the family will be happy with it, I hope. I just like making them. If the subject's interesting for me, I like them. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.